Hi guys, 18dap here and welcome to the latest matchday preview on the channel. It is for tomorrow night's fixture in League 2. It's Doncaster Rovers versus Walsall. Let's get the video started. So guys, welcome to the latest matchday preview on the channel. Tuesday night football under the lights once again in League 2. It's Doncaster Rovers versus Walsall and I'm looking forward to this one. Two teams that are pushing for playoffs at the minute. If you're an existing subscriber, thank you so much for supporting the channel and continuing to do so. If this video has brought you to the channel, please consider clicking subscribe if you enjoy this sort of content. And if you are new, this is a format that we go through match previews, look at previous meetings between the two clubs, current form across all competitions. I choose a Doncaster Rovers player to say a few words about, and then I choose the opponent's one to watch. But as I always say, you know your club much better than I do, so if there's somebody else who should be in the conversation at that point, get them in the comments down below. And then we finish the video with three predictions. The predicted team lineup thanks to FanHub. Me and the family have got a predictions league table. There's an update on that, and then the all important score prediction at the very end. So without further ado, let's get into previous meetings. Donny and Walsall faced off a total of 68 times in our history, and Walsall edging this one with 35 wins from those 68. Rovers winning 24, and we've only shared the spoils on 9 occasions, so I'm expecting this game to go one way or the other. Wouldn't put your money on a draw in this fixture. Drilling down into the more recent 5, we have to go back to 2019 in League 1 where it was a 3-1 home win. It'd be very nice to replicate that scoreline tomorrow night. And then in 2021 League Cup it was 0-0 draw, but Rovers ran out winners on penalties on that one. And then in League 2 over the last couple of seasons, 22-23 season, Walsall had our number with a 2-0 win and a 2-1 win. And then earlier this season also had our number with a 3-1 win at their place, and that was only a month ago. So we will see if Doncaster have really improved that much in tomorrow night's fixture. Current form does say that we have improved massively. Looking at that, the last 5, as we look at them, all wins for Donny. For Walsall, 2 draws, a defeat, and then 2 wins coming into this one. For Donny though, we dented Morecambe's playoff hopes with a convincing 3-0 win on Saturday thanks to a brace from Molyneux and a late row goal which sealed the 6th successive victory for the Rovers. And I read somewhere, I think it might have been the Free Press, that that's the first time we've won 6 games on the bounce in over 20 years. So it just shows how much the club has moved on in the last couple of months, and it's great to be watching, it's great to be part of it. It feels nice watching football and enjoying it once again after the torrid couple of seasons that we've had. But Walsall on this fixture, it marks the start of 3 consecutive home games with Accrington and Barrow to follow. Win all 3, other results go our way, and who knows, there is a small glimmer of hope for the playoffs. Obviously Crawley beating Mansfield 4-1 when we beat Morecambe 3-0. It'd have been nice if Mansfield would have done us a favour there, but they didn't. So I think we've got a little bit too much to do. But it's, like I say, it's great to just be finishing a season strongly, and then really looking forward to next season and hopefully a decent push into next season and hopefully a top 3 finish. But like I say, results go our way, we win these next 3 home games, and that small glimmer of hope could become a reality come the final day of the season. So massive game for both teams, this one. On to Walsall, currently fighting for playoffs just as Doncaster are. Obviously Walsall in a bit better position than what we are, currently sitting in 9th, just 3 points away from 7th place. Crawley are in very good form at the minute. I think Crewe are probably the ones which may get caught. But yeah, for Walsall, good result last time out against Tranmere, winning 3-1 at their place, and then followed up a late Mo Farl winner against Salford on Easter Monday. So 2 wins on the bounce, but they've been a bit hit and miss since we last played them in early March, with defeats against struggling Forest Green, but then they got hammered 5-0 to high-flying MK Dons, and then a couple of draws in there as well. One against Barrow, who were a decent team, performing well themselves, and then another draw against struggling Colchester. So who knows what team is coming tomorrow, but hopefully it's one that Doncaster can see off and get another vital 3 points on the run into the end of the season. Moving on to player profile, so for this one I have gone with Richard Wood, absolute warrior. Tough start to life at Donny, but I think Wood is proving why so many Rotherham fans hold him in such high regard. I think he just looks so solid, and he's an organiser. He just keeps everybody in the right position, he's telling them what to do, and I don't think it's any coincidence that we're getting clean sheets with the form that Richard Wood is in, and the way that he just pulls the players around him on. It's phenomenal to watch, and I think it's something that Donny have been missing since Rob Jones. Just an absolute warrior, mercenary, and you can see that he's respected on the pitch. Very good defender, and I for one am happy to see that he's extended his contract into next year. I think that leadership and that organisation and that experience, you can't put a price on that, and it's showing at the minute. And like I say, no coincidence that our good run of form has come with Richard Wood in the team playing well as well. Moving on to the opponents one to watch. So as I said at the start of the video, you know your club much better than I do, so if there's somebody else, get them in the comments down below. But I've gone for an ex-player. We all know who it is. It is Mo Farl. Scored past us in the return fixture. Good player for us. There's a player in there, definitely. It's frustrating sometimes. It looks a bit like Bambi on ice, but there's definitely a player in there. I don't know what sort of reception he'll get tomorrow. Probably not a very good one, because he wanted to stay, said that he wanted to stay, and then all of a sudden changed his mind. He's gone to Walsall, so probably not going to get the best reception tomorrow evening. But yeah, 21 years old, centre forward, 135 appearances for a 21-year-old is pretty decent. He scored 45 goals and assisted 10. But the start of his season was much better than the end of his season. He scored 9 and assisted 1 while at Doncaster. He's only scored 3 and assisted 1 while at Walsall. So maybe the wrong decision to move on. But for me, Donny fans aren't looking back, because we managed to fill his spot with Hakeeb Adelaken. And I think stick a poll out there and it'd probably be 100%. Everybody would want Adelaken over Mo Farl, but as ex-players normally do, fully suspecting to be on the score sheet tomorrow. Onto the predicted team lineup. So for this, I've used FanHub. If you've not downloaded the app yet, please go ahead and do so. Plenty of features to get your team stuck into, and you get rewarded for following your team as well. But for me, I've gone unchanged for this one. Low Tutala in goal, Sterry, Olowu, Wood and Maxwell at the back. Bailey, Craig and Biggins in midfield, with Adelaken, Molyneux on the wings, with Joe Ironside up front on his own. I think Biamu may have pulled up, hamstring on Saturday, so don't know what he'll be like for Tuesday. He might be out for the rest of the season, but I think he's shown enough to be given an opportunity in a full pre-season next season. But that's the starting 11 that I'm going with. Hopefully that is the starting 11 that gets us another 3 points towards playoffs potentially. Onto the predictions league table. So me and the family predict the scoreline for every single league game. If we get it spot on, we get 3 points. Get the outcome of the game right, but not the scoreline, we get 1 point. Completely wrong, it's no points. Chris and Max, confidence, went with wins against Morecambe, so they both get 1 point because they didn't get the scoreline right. I went with a 2-1 defeat. My dad went with a 1-1 draw, so I stay top on 32 points. Chris slowly closing that gap on 24, Max in third on 23. I don't think my dad's catching any of us up. He's bottom on 12. And that takes me on to my score prediction before we round the video off. And it's a tough one to call. Obviously, historically, Walsall have got the better of us, but our form can't be ignored. 6 wins on the bounce. We are doing something right. Over the last 3 games, I think it is, I've gone with 2-1 defeats, and we have won all of the games. Walsall, they've got a bit to play for. Obviously, there's that chance of getting into the playoffs, so I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to say Walsall are edging this one 2-1. Slightly better than the 3-1 defeat at their place, but I'm edging it towards Walsall, 2-1 win for them. I always predict with my head and not my heart. Reasons for this, I think Walsall have just got that little bit more to play for, being closer to the playoffs, and also I'm hoping that it's an omen. And every time I predict a 2-1 defeat, we win the game. So that's what I'm going with. Walsall 2, Donny 1 tomorrow night. Unfortunately, there won't be a match day vlog tomorrow night. Work commitments are getting in the way, so I'm missing that one. Absolutely gutted, but I will be back for the Accrington game on Saturday. So that's where I'm going to leave this one. If you've enjoyed it, stick a big thumbs up on it for us, please. Comments in the section down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.